Theoretically. Possibly. Twitch. Twitch. There it goes. So it's having a little bit of an issue with me alt-tabbing to try and keep this thing open. Let's go ahead and pop that out. I'm not going to be able to see chat, I don't think, unless... Aha! You can see.
I'm glad you accepted my
All
invitation.
Well,
Samantha
since
Beaumont,
Ruffle's out with a
Global
bit of a
Union
bad back
Supervisor
today,
of
I'll
the
be
Lunar
taking over for
Licensing
streaming.
Program.
And since
We
we're
have
following
a
a
lot
theme
to
with city
discuss.
building, and I'm quite
But
fond of it
first,
myself.
I'd like to introduce you to your
Actually,
artificial
the game
data
that came out
amalgamating
before this
messenger.
one, Anno 2070, is one of my favorite
Thank
games
you
of all
for
time.
participating in the Lunar Licensing Program.
This one,
The
however,
program
is a
stipulates
slightly
that
different
your
beast.
corporation set up operative
And
spaceports
I'm not,
to act as
I'm still
bases
not too,
for a new
too
wave
sold on how
of
it's
lunar
going.
colonization. You will further assist Global Union in the development of a fusion energy reactor to avert Earth's impending energy crisis.
Same old story, just a few years down the road.
Officially, only megacorporations are allowed in the program. But I personally
All
take a
right,
stand
so we'll
for
first
you.
need a
You just have to
corporation
sign
name
in
before
with
we
your
embark on our
corporation name.
grand adventure to work our way up the corporate ladder, as it were. So, let's see, and our corporation name. What do you guys think? Let's go. Name's probably a good name for that. Not gonna work there. Nope. Space, the only place capitalism hasn't touched. Until now. That's absolutely right, Raffle. You know what? You know what?
Thanks, but I need to see your corporate logo as well, for identification purposes.
Alright guys, what logo should we make? I'm personally voting for the panda. I mean, that or, I don't know, nuclear carrot. Nuclear carrot seems like something Raffle would go with. Or maybe the little chick. And bear in mind, we are going to be stuck with this for the entirety of our playthrough. The chick. I knew it, Raffle. I knew it. Alright, late night video with the chick.
My superiors at the Global Union had reservations about you, but I've convinced them.
Yeah, well, I have
They
reservations
even
about
decided
myself,
to
so
allocate
we'll
you
see how this
high-grade
goes.
territory for new corporate headquarters. Choose a sector.
Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. 2070 was basically here's a map, the resources are randomly generated, go for it. This one is a little bit more structured. For example, you can see here the Walbrook Basin has deep cobalt deposits. However, they have what is called a sector task or sector project, which in this one's case is building a huge dam, basically. And these, I like starting in Walbrook Basin because they have a huge surplus to power once you actually do construct it. It takes a little bit of time to get it up there, but once you do, the money just rolls in. However, there are caveats. You can't build all three of them at once. You have to go through different tech layers and work your way up through the corporate ladder before they'll ever go, oh yeah, we're going to give you the licensing for the second one, or we're going to give you licensing for the third one. So I've never actually gone beyond the first point. However, I'm totally happy with trying something new. The Viridian Coves, let's see. Compacted soil. Production facilities need less logistics, but production farms is impaired.
It's just paperwork, really. Nothing to ponder over long.
Compacted soil, logistics maintenance, not a fan. Looking at 97,800 acres. A lot of coastal sites, which is nice. The second wave, what is this? Erect a statue to celebrate your corporation. Wow, we just got a license. Better build a statue. I I really don't think we have the ego for that one yet. Madrigal Islands. Terra Preta. Farms provide a higher output in this sector. Okay, that's a bonus, not a negative. Raffle, I have not done all of them. In fact, this happens to me every time I play this. I will come back to it and I'll play a 4 or 5 hour chunk out of it, and then I stop playing it for a month because something will happen that'll piss me off, and I'm just kind of like, need to calm down, take a step back, figure out what I did wrong, and it annoys me because I want to like this game. Its predecessor, 2070, right in the heart. I freaking love that game, and if anyone's watching this either now or in the future, if you have a bit of scratch to spare,
It's just paperwork,
and it comes
really.
up available
Nothing
to
to
you on a
ponder
Steam
over
sale,
long.
or I don't know if Anno even does sale, or what are they? Ubisoft does sales. Pick it up on sale. You will not regret it. And if you really like it, go ahead and snatch up the other DLC while you're at it, because I can't say there's a single DLC in that I didn't enjoy. For this thing, though, I'm something of a newbie or intermediate player, so bear with me. I'm going to make mistakes, but we'll try and make sure they're not catastrophic. Let's see, Dirty Deeds. Finish the construction of an abandoned spaceport prototype. An abandoned spaceport prototype has the potential for new market routes. Interesting, but before we pick on that, let's go ahead and check out our other 3 alternatives here. Wild Water Bay, the opposite of mild, deep feldspar deposits. That's good. Production rate plus 20% for our feldspar quality. I like that one too. However, food is of paramount importance for our first starting location, and unlike in the original Anno 2070, resources that are being excavated from mines do not run out. So it's not like, we have to keep finding new veins of ore. It's just like, alright, you built it, take
It's
the whole
just
mountain.
paperwork, really. Nothing to ponder over long.
Hey, Ryatsu, how's it going? And the treasure hunt. Fulfill an old friend's last wish and recover his sunken treasures. Submerged warehouses hold a wealth of iridium storages for you to collect. That has potential, but at the same time, I'm still leaning more towards Madrigal because, again, I like farms being very super efficient, and I also like trade routes because that is one of the best ways to generate funds in this game. Alright, Cape Amber. We have sun exposure for our bioresins, which is another primary startup resource that you really need to have under control. Predator maintenance minus 30. Oh, these 2 are so good, and I want each. The sunken arc. Alright, I'm sorry. I think we might have found our winner. The arcs were a huge component for Anno 2070 storyline. This wasn't offered the last time I played it, or I'm guaranteeing you I would have taken this one. Arcs were these massive, mobile, aquatic, basically small cities that could be the basic HQ quarters for you as a player. From there, you could store and change resources.
Don't want to
you could trade.
be rude, but we have a tight schedule.
Relocate to start putting up new bases on different islands, and it was super important. And there's a massive storyline about AI and deep sea exploration involved with them, and it was super awesome. I loved it. So, the chance to explore a sunken arc, and by the way, I have no idea why the hell that isn't a major component in this game. I don't know why, so if this explains that, I would love to know from that. So let's check out our last option before I click on Cape Amber just because of fanboying. Food Plain. Rice farms enjoy the flooding. Food plantations suffer for it. New Life. What's their final grand plan? Investigate the abandoned facility and complex. The Seal Off facility holds the key to revolutionizing your staff. If that doesn't scream androids, I don't know what doesn't. Well, I'll take it to a vote. Let's be very democratic about this. Who votes for Madrigal Islands, which is the safe bet for a new player like ourselves, who will have much better farming and also better trade routes, or we can go and be a little bit bold and explore Cape Amber and try to reclaim the resources up of a sunken arc.
Don't want to be rude, but we have a tight schedule.
Alright, Ryatsu votes for farms, so we've got one in the farm department. Fox, Raffle, what do you two think? Or if we have any lurkers, now is your chance to chime in. By all means, we have an extended window here for you to work with. Also, don't mind the background noise. The computer's running a little hot tonight, and so is my fever. So, I have a little ceiling fence about to kick on, so bear with me. Alright, that's 2 for farms. Do I have any in the Nay department? Bear in mind, you have a 30-second window. Holy cow, where no man's gone before. Alright, that's 3 votes for the Madrigal Islands. We'll confirm
Almost
that one.
there. We just have to negotiate the terms of your contract with
The
Global
terms of your
Union.
contract. Do you not
Funding
barely have an
conditions
understanding
and
of
the
what you're
like.
doing? Do you have a somewhat grasp of the concept? Do you feel confident? Are you crazy? Knowing Raffle, he'd jump into the love of 2 here and go, "Haha, I've got this!" Sadly, I'm not that confident myself. So, before I actually get to the end of the tech tree, I like to do this in all games that are like this, and this will be the same thing if I ever play through with what Raffle's playing right now, which would be colonizing Mars, or if I ever did a stream with City Skylines. I would do an entire playthrough to the end of the tech tree and get really comfortable with the mechanics of the game on standard, and then the next playthrough I would jump to something like expert or advanced just to get into it. So, relaxing game for builders. We do have an increased startup fund. Our warehouses have an increased output. Regular. Well, actually, this seems more like baby mode rather than. You know what? Let's just go with this. I like this idea. It's more in line with the difficulty starting into it rather than, haha, no penalties. Feel free to screw up as much as you like. Oh, what are the advanced setting options? Okay, let's not touch any of this in our first playthrough.
Shall I adjust something? Almost there. We just have to negotiate
and by the way,
the
I have
terms of
no
your
idea who
contract with
Sam
Global
is.
Union. Funding conditions
She just kind of
and
chimes
the
in to
like.
annoy me from time to time. Alright, create the corporation Late Night Video Ltd. in the Madrigal Islands. Correct.
You are now entering Phase 1 of the Lunar Licensing Program. The Global Union assigned you territory in Earth's temperate
I don't know
region
what happened to Global
to establish
Trust.
a spaceport and a base of operations. The construction of a space elevator to Global Union headquarters
sorry.
is also required. For further instructions, speak to your official contact person. Global Union wishes you success.
Thank you. Goodbye.
A true island paradise, don't you think? The coastal area here is
Heck
very
yeah,
rich
break
in
out the swim
natural
trunks and beach
resources.
towels. It's time to party. Oh,
Look
at
who's
that.
here. You wouldn't be looking for something
forgot
to
about
do,
Nick.
would you?
This could turn out beneficial for you at some point, but your prime objective is to raise a spaceport here. The spaceport building site off the coast is still unstaffed, but as soon as you've built the necessary housing,
Now, I will
the
admit,
construction
because this
team
is
will
a
be
newer
moving
game,
in.
it does have a lot more of a refined visual aesthetic.
Affirmative.
There's a little yacht. Ruff's just chilling out on there, admiring his new flag. And let's take a look at our... Oh, no. Well, I already see a few things I'm not too considered with. I mean... So, who thinks they can build a massive civilian infrastructure here? I don't think I can. I mean, this entire isle will have to be pretty much devoted just to having people. I don't see any coastal isles to it either. A little disturbed about that. Let's zoom out and check our neighbors. By the way, how was the visual and audio for you guys? I'm kind of checking a little bit late now, but I don't want there to be any screw-ups going down the road. Alright, so we have a possibility to colonize there. Nothing to colonize here. Ooh. You know, I'm starting to feel it, and it's not the good kind of feeling. Raffle, I don't remember if you... It's been a while, but do you remember that one map that had, like, no resources, period, and we had to build from there? Why am I having a sudden flashback to that map? Right, so...
Hello there, my friend. I got myself a little project to keep me busy.
no,
Want to
I
join
don't
in?
want to deal with you yet. Because, A, I don't know what I'm doing yet, so... Alright, so our resource options are somewhat limited at the moment, but let's go ahead and get our first wave of settlers in here. Build should still be there, yep. Alright, so... Let's see, we'll make this our little main boulevard. Crossed. Get our first little group in. Now, thankfully,
call for
people
some
generally
workers.
aren't too finicky when they first move in asking for resources. They're very gentle about it, sort of like, hey man, feed me, get me some clean water, I can make this work. Down the road, they get a little more high maintenance, shall we say. Oh, the 2-hour super boat mission, holy crap. Felt good to beat it, but man, did that suffer. Alright, so we need to attract 25 residents. We need to collect rice, sunflowers, biopolymer facility needs to be up and running. Alright, we haven't unlocked wind turbines yet, so the game's going to be a little bit more forgiving with us for now. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did. Just looks kind of weird. Alright, bring this across. And over. Now, Rafa will attest, whenever I'm starting out in a game like this, I tend to be very geometric in my designs. I don't tend to get very far out there with what I'm doing. I leave that kind of bold, that bold architectural statement to him and to Borrowed. For myself, it's more a matter of what can I get the most efficiency out of in the space I have to work with. Which generally means in this little starting area, probably about a 2 for just going forward.
Construction options expanded.
And start. I need more room to expand. Another interesting thing about this is that the biopolymer facilities will also require a sunflower seed farm. Yes. Unlike the older structures where you would buy upgrades that were universal to every building on every aisle, and oops, I forgot a road. These structures can be... Actually, I wish I could pause this, but... Forget it. These buildings can have additions built onto them as you progress down the road on your tech tree. So you'll have additional extractors, fabricators, automated workforce options, power grids, things like that, that either... They all have benefits and as well as drawbacks. For example, we're currently only breaking out with about 160 above our revenue, which is good. Not a bad thing. But... thing is, the more you upgrade these, yes, you can get a whole lot of extra output. Again, we're only sitting at 0 because I haven't fiddled with this yet. But they do get expensive. So you want to make sure that you have the infrastructure in place to handle those upgrades. Now, in some cases, that is exceptional for what you get, and you can boost an entire population off of like 2 or 3 of these, and you'll never have to worry about it again. That's actually on my other playthrough. And we'll try and mimic it here, but we're really operating on very limited construction grounds, so building multiple farms in this instance would be a very bad idea. So we're going to have to build up rather than out, which again makes sense. And I might have borked this a little bit. I didn't buy enough polymers. Well, let's go bother our nearby friend. Where's Nick? Nick, where you at, buddy?
Copy that.
So we're going to go over here.
This day is getting better by the minute.
And we're going to spend a little bit of our cash. We're going to get some noodles. We're going to get some biopolymers, and we'll track them back over to home. Lower music by 20%, and Ratsu wants me to raise the audio volume. Alright, that can be done. Race, I don't know what's going to happen when I alt tab, so hold on. Oh, nothing exploded. Nice. Alright, let's raise the volume up about 15%. Lower the desktop audio. About there. Alright, how about now? Where's my little boat? There she is. Alright, so we're now in range to trade.
Been working forever to get a license from this Dr. Young. Touchy fellows, those Arctic custodians. Well,
Alright, I should...
Nick's the home of savings.
Alright, he wants this, but...
I know you'll find that very...
There we go. There, now we're getting it.
Always
Empty
a
the entire
pleasure,
stock
my
he's
friend.
got for this little
On our way.
sojourn over here. Back to home. Excellent, Raitsu. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, and that does happen, Raffle. The soundtrack is very choristral. It'll have these huge somber moments that just stretch for 15 minutes at a time, and then suddenly it's rousing and spirit uplifting and random chorus, and you're going, haha, this is great. Let me turn down my volume. Now, sadly, because I screwed up here, sorry, coughing on my water here, because I goofed up, we have slowed down a little bit, thankfully, because this game is very forgiving in the first few minutes of the playthrough. We aren't going to be suffering for citizens getting mad at us or having resource chains break down, but this did happen to me last time. I got to the Arctic Isle tile set, and they're like, oh, we need more power. I had run out of available power generation areas. And it pretty much said, well, you're screwed now. Good luck. Oh, okay. So, that's actually what led to the demise of my last playthrough. How close can I get that? Gonna be enough for 2? No, it's not. Alright, boys. Sorry, we're putting a farm right smack dab in the middle of
Building
town.
material shortages shouldn't be an issue anymore.
Yeah. Except I don't like doing this. And let's go ahead and put a rice farm. This looks good. Actually don't. Yeah, you know, that might actually be more efficient. Means cutting into one of the boulevards, but I can live with that. Actually, you know what? If I do it this way, I can get more houses. So yeah, we'll do
Organic
that.
food is perceived as needless luxury by many megacorps. Good to see you share the union's perspective.
Oh, we're not at the hamburger stage yet. Alright, so we are going to need wind generation for our primary power until we access hydrothermal or hydroelectric or geothermal power down the road. So, gain 50, gain 50. Again, I'm going to need some room to build extra, so let's go ahead and plop that here. And just like in the first Anno 2070, if you have one of these up and this giant radius becomes infringed with other wind parks, the radius drops. Also, I do rather like the aesthetic on these. These are pretty cool to me. I'm triggered by a lack of collector lanes. The collections are based off of the warehouse here, so I don't have to worry about building smaller depots. However, I've just dropped into the negative, which kind of pisses me off. So, let's go ahead and bring in more citizenry. Make sure I'm actually leveled right. And another point of fact, actually, thank you for bringing up logistics in this ruffle, sorry. In this game, as long as your citizens on these little tiles are connected to a road, all of the resources that you gather and are stored at your warehouse, which will show up here, are automatically distributed to the clients,
Your construction crew is one of the first
to the citizens
ready.
that require
Keep up
it.
the pace. Your competitors will try to catch
So you're not
up.
having to worry about taking, oh, I need from
For
the
the next
farm to the
construction
processing
stage,
facility
you'll
to
need
the
qualified ground
market
staff to
to
operate
the
the
home.
spaceport.
It's just,
Make sure to
alright,
adhere to
the
union
resources are available at a
standards while
random
providing the
collection point,
required
pick it up on your way
infrastructure.
home from work, or before work, what have you. Which is very beneficial for me because there are plenty of times in this game where you'll be sitting there going, did I forget to feed my people? Which is just bad ruling right there.
Analyses show
You're low
unfulfilled
on
demand
water.
for
Yes,
specific
that's why we have
commodities.
this. Which, let's actually see now that we've got that. 1, 2. Tell me I have more, please. Alright, we've got... Ooh, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we have 4 on the island. That's not too bad. We're going to need at least 1 for the water, though, so let's go ahead and build that now. And watch our money tank. Just right out there. Because why not?
You need this desalination plant. These days, it's the only way to come by drinkable water.
Yes, I know we need drinkable water. I'm not a monster. Haha, sorry guys, you're gonna have to strain the sea yourselves. Good luck. Haha, and just leave them. I want to leave this open for expansions down the road, but... yeah, we're gonna put one right along here. Who doesn't want to live next to a water desalination plant?
Company trademarks grow.
Hey,
in
our
popularity.
stock has gone up. We're now level 2 corporation. Oh no, Raffle, don't start talking about traffic jams. That's the last thing I need in this game. Alright, so we're affecting our very first... Oh, build and collect an infodrome. Infodrome. Hello, sports fans. Welcome to the news. Not the fake kind. That died out in the 2000s. Oh. Sorry. Nervous habit. When in proximity to ice, I will chew it when it's in the glass, so... Mubby. We need a few more people. We're generating a good amount of polymers, but how's our food stock? How is our food going? It could be worse, but it could also be
Seems
better.
like work is following me.
Yeah, we're pretty much breaking even. But if I can get through this first part, it'll unlock upgrading and changing up things. And if that happens, then we're not going to have to worry about fighting with it for too much longer. Which is something we can only hope for. So where do I want to put the last of these little... I don't want them to get in the way of this. Let's just put that there. Before they get angry. Oh, we're not connected to the grid. There you go. There's a street. You know, sometimes I really just love doing this, especially in the... Hold on, can I close this? Yes! I really loved in the first game how you could just kind of sit there and watch your citizens go about doing their own kind of thing. And in this game, you don't really get to do much of that. You know, a lot of the quests you would normally pick up from people walking around, like you'd click on one person and they'd go, oh, hey, by the way, there are some things out in the ocean. I could totally go for it, but you can go find them. Or, hey, I heard there was going to be a shipment of something, but pirates might be involved. Maybe you should check that out. And then they would launch you around the minimap on a little bit of a fetch quest or a combat mission or sort of an exploration mission. You'd outfit your little ship here with an exploration beacon and dredge the ocean or go find a certain thing, which was really cool. But in this one, that has been removed. Command ships are basically, well, what we just did. They'll go out to little depots and talk to people, or they'll finish little quests that you have to do, but they don't actually take them on board. They grab buoys that are floating out in the water and just kind of go with it from there. Shit, we need a lot more people. Oh, well, okay. You asked for it. Yes, yes, you don't have a street, I know. Whoa, 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 let's not build that way. Can we not? Please? Here we go. Alright, we're gonna go elongated on this one. Probably a horrible idea, but I need to upgrade quickly. That should fill our quota. And now for the infodrome.
Construction of new building
which
types
I'd completely
possible.
forgotten about is distance-based. Damn it. I mean, in theory, I would put it like right here where I could get the most use out of it. Then I'd have to move the... well, you know... Yeah, that'll do. Yeah.
A broad range of information services.
There
This
we
will
go.
enable your employees
Everyone's
to
provided
develop
for.
their interests as well as their
Generally.
skills. Remarkable progress.
Let's go ahead and
You've
upgrade some
assembled
people.
construction crews and ground personnel faster than I was expecting. You are more than
New
ready for
buildings
the first
available.
major hurdle.
Excellent.
The program demands you connect your city with the Global Union space station via a space elevator. So far, only megacorps like the Big Five use such technology. But I'm sure you have the same potential.
Alright, construct bots, vitamin drinks, attract a population of operators rather than just workers. Doable. How much does our station want from us? Alright, we need to have the constructor bots before we can build this. Okay, so we've unlocked our drill sites. How many do I have on this aisle? 1, 2... Oof, looking a little bare there. But we do have one right next to it. We can just connect our road to it. Alright, to produce these we require nanoceramics and cobalt. Nanoceramics require credits and biopolymers, which shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, so we're basically going to have to use our 2 sites just to get our business off the ground. But we can do that. We can make this work. Who do I want to travel the furthest? Cobalt's heavier. Let the digging commence. Boom. Also, the power is now screaming. Ah, sweet tears. I don't want to build it too quick. Yeah, there we go. A little overlap. Not what we need. This'll do, though. Yeah, not a fan of the overlap, but yeah, I can put in some shrubs. Alright. Oh hey, it's starting to rain. Nice. Always enjoyed the weather in the game. Anno 2070 was gorgeous for it, and with the graphical upgrades, with this one, it's going to be a treat. And we actually have the DLC for it to snow and things like, oh, run out of food. Can I have better farms yet? No. Fine. Be that way. Ooh, wrong one. Yes? No. Yes. Wrong. This is the one we want. Let's go ahead and... yeah, about there. Because I know that I'm going to need to put more of these in there. Hey! Everyone wants to upgrade. Perfect.
Hi.
Watch our biopolymers, because I've done that before. I just get upgrade happy and suddenly it's, hey, you're out of everything! Aw, damn it.
So, right.
Alright, yes, give me all those advanced credits. Hey, Corporation Level 3, you receive the following rewards.
Business successes multiplying.
New buildings gain the following blueprints, fruit plantation, vitamin condenser. All of these sound like important things. Let's just put that... Can I put that there? Yes. Oh, you know, as tempting as that is, I know I'm going to have to build multiple assembly lines, so let's keep that there.
You've gathered the components needed for the elevator. Only the elevator cable requires special materials
power
you
grid
can't
is
produce.
crying.
But I arranged for a delivery.
Attention.
Attention, low
Underprovision of
on
specific
vitamin drinks.
consumer
Yeah, I
goods
get
detected.
it. The people are angry because they don't have enough Sunny D. Okay, so let's get a citrus plant going. Really not a fan of how this is cutting into my beautiful plans for this, but gonna have to integrate.
Consumer analyses show unfulfilled demand for specific commodities.
A clever move, seeing to your staff's good health.
All right,
Benefits
so
like that
workforce
make you a more
factors require
attractive
additional
employer.
workers. That's being fixed. Energy is deficient. We're not getting enough logistical support. So let's see about fixing that. Logistical hub right over here, which should help us deal with everything that's coming up from here. Or do I want to put it over here and work with all the farms?
Warning. Energy grid overload.
Energy grid overload. No, don't say that. We'll be fine. We just have to, you know, keep doing what we're doing and nothing bad will happen. Said every politician ever. Not too happy with that. But I'm cutting into everything else over here, so I don't have much choice.
Attention.
Attention! Shut up, I get it.
Specific consumer goods detected.
We'll just do this for now. We can probably build it back out to here and continue, but... Let's see. Damn it, I knew it. It'd be super sweet if I could get a tidal power station going. Oof, now we're back in the negative. Fantastic. Exactly what I didn't want to have happen. Alright, time to build outward. Oh, we have to have these before we can build residential complexes, eh?
Warning. Energy shortage.
Energy shortage again. This is going to be a pain in the ass for me, I think, for a little while. Just until I can get my citizens off the ground. Ooh, don't build there. Yeah, no traffic. You're mad. I get it. I would be mad too. Especially considering I put those other houses way off to the side, which is wrong. We all know that. Well, let's go ahead and grab you. I gotta build more roads. I'm gonna have to go back through and fix my agriculture, but... Oh, whoops. I actually messed up with you. I owe you an apology. Here. You can be miserable over here. Crisis averted. Temporarily, at least.
Ah, me? Oh, yeah, I'm fine.
Alright, we need more food. Could you imagine the hell we would be in if we didn't have this residential or local area bonus for this? Although these things suck. Alright, how many of these do I have? Good. And... Okay, yeah, I can't build through there. Let's plop one of those down. Yeah, by the way, these are basically going to turn into giant apartment complexes for us down the road, which will be very beneficial for us. Thank God you can drag and drop generations of irrigation and careful fertilization. That is true, Raffle. Remember, we could do that in the first game as well. So that is the one little facet of things we can kind of just set aside and go, haha, it makes sense, when it really doesn't. Because, to be honest, I don't think we could do it with a full, recap. That would probably kill me a little bit on the inside.
You? Here?
Alright, so they don't have enough vitamin drinks. They
I'm just a little
do
nervous.
not have... What do they not have enough of? Organic food. We must feed the people, which means taking up more of my valuable space and time. Which in turn pisses me off. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if we can upgrade enough to get water turbines.
Right then. How's things?
Oh, things are great. Just, hurting for all the things I need to make my city efficient. Yep, you're all getting upgraded. Every single one of you I can handle. I gotta wait for the biopolymers to recharge. That's fair. Yes, Raitsu. Unlimited power! I know, I'm actually feeling that lack of that giant basin to work with. Oh, falling blueprints. Tidal power station. Let's do it. Boom. I don't care how much that puts me in debt. Do it. So we have to build ourselves a little road here. Oh, whoa. How about we just, gentle. Yeah, no, not enough. Still not enough. How am I doing? Oh god, I'm breaking it. Stop. There we go. We're going to have to demo this a little bit. Wait, no, it's coming back. Yes, perfect. 100%. Do it. Absolutely right, sir. Alright, so we're still a little bit hurt for our upkeep, but I think because we've destroyed that, our power's coming back up to a pretty good level. I can refund this. Yeah, there we go. We're getting our money back. Look at how much power is generated from that, though. And these little things you can add spars onto down the road. Just keep upgrading them as you go, and it'll just keep multiplying the power that you have. I can't speak enough for tidal power stations. They are phenomenal for what they do. They do get a little pricey on the resource upkeep, but if you're quick with it and get a lot of the smaller upgrades that allow you to put like automated workforces, which cut down the cost, you won't feel the pain as much as you otherwise would. Alright, so we don't have enough citizen base to upgrade more. And they're still pissy about me about the lack of energy drinks, so let's go ahead and see if we can't sate their need. Boom, another one over there. Ahaha, stop that. I'm feeding the people. I'm doing what I'm supposed to. And we're not getting enough logistics for that? Oh, that's fair. We have one over here and then this one over here. We're getting a little out there. Problem is these things cost a lot of my frickin' time. Do to try and mitigate this problem. Yeah, that'll do. Oh.
Warning. Unfulfilled demand for specific consumer products.
Warning. We're in debt up to our eyeballs. How do we fix that before we run out of money? Simple. We tax more people. Which is exactly the opposite of what I want to do, but alright. 250. Why are you missing things? Output, vitamin drinks, we're not getting... we don't have enough. We need more. To sate their need, we need more farms. So, let's go ahead and get even further into debt. See if we can bail ourselves out. That should bring in a whole fresh crop of people. We're gonna bitch about their own problems too. Are there no curved roads? Only in Hammerfell, Foxy.
Under provision of specific consumer goods detected.
We're running out of water. Well, Jesus, if I could build the add-ons I wanted and be done with it, we wouldn't have this problem. Tidal power station. We don't have enough biopolymers at the moment, but... ta-da!
It's not like working for a company. It's like helping a mate.
You say that, but
On our way.
you're indentured now. We're all indentured because we're in debt. Yeah, Raffle, don't start that shit. You and I have both played enough of Off-World Trading Company to know that I don't handle debt well. I just don't understand the process of getting even deeper in debt to get out of debt. Now, notice that huge influx of workers we just got. And by putting up that many high-impact structures that are having that huge of a consumer base, we're recouping a lot of the money we would otherwise have to be spending on all of that maintenance. But, again, that's what this is the fun part about this game, is that balance. You have to be able to provide for your people while still keeping your industry going. And you have to take this very, very delicate Jenga tower and try not to take too much out of it, it'll cause it to crash. We're running out of water. Billy, you're on an island. Raffle, that's not how that works. You can't exactly put a pot on a boil for several hundred people. And speaking of which, several hundred people, we're at 745. Not bad.
Welcome aboard, my friend.
Hello.
I know you'll find
I'm
that
here for your
very
rice and some polymers.
Underway.
And now we get to go back home. What's this? Oh. They're trying to notify me that this mission is ready to begin, I think. How many do I need? Optimal input, I need 26. Oh, right, I can take the little yacht over there. We can stop off and say hi.
Roger.
Begin the taxing. Right, that's awful. We don't do that to our citizens. Yep. Both Raffle, because you've upgraded the stack. That means there's more room for people to move in, and because it's a higher grade of worker, that means they provide more in the way of taxes for you. What if several hundred people boiled many pots of water, though? Riot, I think the conversion ratio is just not efficient enough. And we're going to need that prerequisite number before this starts ticking down.
Copy that.
Man, I'm spoiled. I'm used to playing with upgrades, and now that we don't have them, it's just like, oh, give them back. You're making me cry. Alright, so let's go ahead and upgrade this. So you see here, 19 out of 20 inhabitants. We have a standard workforce available of 19 out of 20, so no one's sick, dying, etc. And the revenue they're generating is 79 out of 80.
I make a list.
Boom. We now have 24 out of, well, we're going to let this tick up a little bit higher, but they're going to produce a great deal more for what we have. And the further on we go, the more things we get them, like rejuvenators, neural implants, and security. The more they're going to keep feeding back to us, because we can not only improve their standard of living, but we can tax them more.
So, right then.
Also, guys, bear with me. I bit my tongue earlier over dinner, so if I start to sound like there's a slight issue, just give me a second to kind of like make my throat stop hurting and my tongue to kind of like cooperate a little bit.
Welcome. Hope everything's alright.
Upgrade. Yeah, see, that's the thing. Give you an idea of a size comparison here. Little 1 or 2 person homes, you know, like enough for a family unit, which looks pretty gorgeous from here, I must say. And then you have housing blocks. Yeah.
Not bad here, for the most part.
Why do my plants keep dying?
In fact, I think I might actually want... The further down the road we get, I'll probably do this. Once I have a more established economic base, what I'll do is I'll decommission all of these smaller structures, little individual ones, and I'll replace them with these. Now, there's no downside to it, like overcrowding or things like that, unless you're a tyrant. But what you can do is, by doing this, it'll actually make it so that I can make my city much more compact. I won't have to deal with having these massive blocks of, you know, you could do with another farm here, but since you can't, it's like, well, shit, that's true. Alright, so we solved our little issue there. These two are now producing at 100% power. Just feeding people and giving them what they want, which is increasing my revenue, which I always like seeing us in the positive. If I can help it, I will always try to keep us in the positive for revenue. I've only had one playthrough, and that was on the original 2070, where it was just like, hey, welcome to Debt Town, population U, and all the poor bastards who rely on you. And I hated that mission. I don't normally save scum, but damn if I didn't in that mission. It's like, oh, you built a new building. This has ruined the game. Alright, try another option. It's almost ruining it. You have 5 seconds to fix this before it goes completely off the rails. Excellent. Did they not see the giant orange cones? Or did they just violate OSHA regulations and need to be shut down? Riot, that's a question that is a good question, and we'll probably find the answers to it next time, so tune in for that one. Damn it, we still need more people, and we're running out of room. Just kidding. So I built 2 blocks worth.
It's a consumer analyses show
Low
unfulfilled
on
demand
organic
for
food, which is
specific
just what I need to know when I'm about to build a brand new set of homes for people. Can you feed them? No. Then why are you doing this? Because I can. Alright, so to avoid people getting pissy with me, let's go ahead and connect that there. Take this road out. And once again, we'll turn to our ever-present and popular residential complex. Which is still... Oh, we're not gonna... Alright, well, we can slot something else in there. Boom.
Seems like work is following me home now.
Yeah, Ruffle, I'm actually having fun with this, and the fact that people aren't in chat screaming, "Oh, you noob! What are you doing?" And they're not getting on down my case about this is actually pretty relaxing. Plus, I'm one of those people who... I love city builders, I really do. The idea of building an entire city that is self-sufficient, or at least something where a nearby resource can be attained, and making sure everything works, I like that. It's sort of like with you in City Skylines, making a completely automated working city. I haven't played enough Skylines yet to get into it, but
Welcome.
I could definitely see myself doing so.
Your technicians are ready.
Boom, we've got the people we
Start the
need.
elevator construction once all other requirements are met. My associate, John Rafferty, is already heading here with the special material
John
deliveries.
Rafferty. By the way, he's a character, and we're about to be introduced to a part of this game that I absolutely fucking hate. Not this. This is nice.
Yeah, Rafferty here. Miss Bowman assigned me to ensure the transport's safety. Approaching your sector, over.
By the way, note the turrets on these things.
Code Red. We're under attack. Code Red. Damn it. The cargo. Protect the ship.
People of Earth, this is the manifesto of the Moon's independence. The global union waged war on us for generations with weapons like falsehood, negligence, and exploitation. And the LEC bowed its head in servile compliance. But not anymore. Set no foot on the land of our forefathers. We are the Orbital Watch. The Moon is free.
They attacked us out of nowhere, sunk all my ships, and took over the cargo. Now they're blockading the whole sector. No transports are going to make it through anymore.
All right, no time to study regulations. Meet Rafferty at the coordinates transmitted.
Yeah,
Do whatever
shut
is
up.
necessary.
Not doing that yet. My people
Consumer
need info,
analyses show
need
unfulfilled
fruit.
demand for specific
provide.
commodities.
Thankfully, the city blocks are pretty beefy, so they'll take up a lot of this, so... Boom. Enjoy. Alright, so these are not producing what I... Aha!
Driving a bike, shooting
Excellent.
at people.
Shut up, Rafferty.
We have...
See, these are the modules I was talking about. For example, fruit press. Production rate plus 50%. Consumption of the resources you gain, 50%. Maintenance cost up 25. Worth it. 100% worth it. Agricultural farms, fruit orchards increased production by 150% on top of what we already get for this entire biome, giving us an already 10% boon to all fruit. Now, to reduce the effort, we can have a workforce maintenance removal with drone racks, which cuts down on our need for logistics from these. For example, this can be upgraded too down the road, I believe. For less energy maintenance, we can have an accumulator unit attached to the facilities we produce. Ah, here's the one for the logistics. Logistic maintenance -2 for a storage depot. So putting these onto buildings is phenomenal. I love doing that. See how we're kind of low for power? Let's go ahead and skip over here. We're going to add another arm to our water turbine, plus 100%. The cost goes up by 50%. I'm okay with this. Worth it every time. 200% power. We are no longer lacking for that. But here's where it gets tricky, because watch how big these modules are. Oh, yeah, just gonna, you know, plop one of these down and... Oh, we're out of space. We're out of space! Which does kind of suck, because you want these to be as productive as possible to meet the needs of your citizenry. And when it gets like this, there's not much you can do. And you kind of have to bite the bullet and actually build them out. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're not going to have enough, especially when you get to the higher tiers, because
Get
these
up,
buildings,
go to work, go home.
as you saw, we went from
The
level
usual.
1, which was about 10 people, to ideally this one would have 25. And that just keeps stacking as we go. And there's, I think, another 2 tiers terrestrial side. I can't talk. 2 sides on this tier that will exponentially increase our worker limit. So we'll have to be able to provide for them in the space we have. Or, and this is something I don't want to do this early in the game, is expand. I don't want to go to another island complex, another island chain, and set up another facility, because that chunks your maintenance issues so hard. I mean, if you want to go from rich to bankrupt, do that immediately, and you will suffer. I made that mistake on my very first playthrough, and that was actually what killed that playthrough, was because you can't sell these.
Warning.
You can't just take this and go, that's it, time to demo. See? You're not allowed to do it. No, Raffle, we're not playing it your way. I'm sorry. Once you have this, you can go ahead and go into debt up to your eyeballs as much as you want, but I will not do that. Let's go ahead and see what we can get from one little upgrade here. And of course... well, I could do that. Ones I really want to upgrade, though, are over here. Let's see if we can't... that would mean moving all that production over to this side. I think this is going to become our little agricultural area. You know, the more I think about that, that seems like a more prosperous idea. Oh, I forgot. These things get really stupid with the way they're built. Okay, so we'll do that. Move the production facilities closer to the source. And I love these little things. These are cute. Alright, so this will clear up a little bit more room for us to put in some more homes for people, which will be nice. Have to build a road, though, of course. I think that's... oh, water, of course. It's always water. Shit! Too much. No, wait. Aha! Because we're meeting demand, people are paying more, which is good for everybody. So let's connect a road. Ooh, too much. What are you doing? There we go. Demolition. Demolition this. And we will build in its stead glorious property. So I think I can... just off by a hair. But we can fiddle with that a little bit. Just like... whoa, no. There we go. Let's get fancy. Let's put something in here to make these people a little happier with the fact that I just kind of borked that construction zone. We don't need a tree. Yeah, let's give the people a bus stop. I mean, that is... Raffle can attest. Commuting from this kind of thing sucks.
Poor delay.
So a little bus stop there on the corner. Put a big parking lot there. That's a little excessive. Flower garden? Yeah, it's kind of nice. A little flower garden right there.
Good. Contamination's at a minimum.
Street lamps. Yeah, pretty good. Park. Oh, an arcade. Cool. I'm sure people would love that.
Let's apply for some vacation time.
And 3 flower gardens, because people need somewhere to sit and enjoy the flowers. Yeah, that closed that off pretty nicely. It looks aesthetically pleasing. Upgrade the... oh, not enough. Chucks. The funny thing about debt, you can't pay back a corpse. Well, gee, thanks, Raffle. You're not wrong. This was frozen because why? Free the detained transporters. Open the strategy map. I don't want to do this, but you know what? For the sake of the stream and for the sake of continuing the plot, we're going to do one thing in this game I absolutely fucking hate, and that's going to be a blockade mission. Any combat in this game sucks.
Bunch of rats laying hand on our ships. Give 'em hell.
Sure thing, Rafferty. So, because we're babies and we don't know how to do sea fights, we're only allowed to do standard missions right now, which is good because this sucks. I absolutely hate it. Destroy the orbital watch's commandos to free the hijacked ship. We can upgrade our ships. They come in a variety of crap here, and this is supposedly our repair ship. Just kidding, we don't get one of those yet. The first mission's good. Rafferty tags along. He's an NPC who has infinite power for repair, so he can abuse his ability to keep us alive. However, the mission gets interesting the further on we go.
Bunch of rats.
But we need
hand
this.
on our ships.
The
Give 'em hell.
graphene and also the iridium. So let's go ahead and accept the mission. We'll load it in here.
There. That's where the bleeding cowards attacked us. Still circling our cargo ships like a swarm of black flies. And I see they brought reinforcements. Gotta be careful. I've seen them before. They've no compunctions at all. Press past their blockade and free our ships. I got your back.
Alright, so first things first, our ships. Stop annoying me. I don't need to see this.
Copy that.
They've added voices for it, which is good. I appreciate that. There are a few issues that I do have with this, though. Repair drones have a cost in fuel, which you can pick up from items like this, which are littered around the map. For example, sensors, which you imagine would work with this, the sensor to the EM pulse. Over here we have munitions. More munitions, health. So, your guys kind of have to go with what they've got. And here's our capital ship. Look at this sexy thing. It's called a Titan. Look at all the guns on that. Look at them. That makes most battleships of the ancient eras something truly to really impress.
Copy that.
Watch what happens when we attack something.
On our way.
They're gonna love it. Missiles for everyone. Because who the shit needs all these massive guns that could level a city when you've got two little dinky turrets? They can fire missiles. Woo.
On our way.
Also, without Rafferty here tagging along, our fleet would have no means of repairing itself in mission aside from these, which are limited.
Don't worry, my drones will fix that.
So, this kind of gameplay, I really do not approve of this at all. Original Anno 2070, you could build your ships from a shipyard as long as you had the resources to create it, which normally meant steel, wood, glass, plastics.
Copy that.
You know, things that make sense. In this, it's, oh, you have to buy them from a fabricator and kind of hope.
Roger. Copy that.
Raffle, we're fighting on the oceans of Earth. We're not taking the fleet to, we're not taking the fleet to the moon.
Green to go.
Alright, so we'll destroy this little thing here. We can capture some graphene, just float around.
Full speed ahead.
Charming.
Copy that.
Yeah, this is some clown shoes bullshit. Especially considering the way the old game used to do it, this is a major, major step back. And if I could get through the game without ever having to do this again, I would never play this part again. Yes, Riot. Ships do not actually handle like they would in real life in this game. The mechanics in this are a little wonky.
Roger.
And you can always blow up little storehouses like this for additional resources, but
Ready
they're
defense
limited.
systems.
Just a little bit of iridium. Down the road, you can do missions for NPCs that will supplement having to do this kind of thing. And I wholeheartedly approve of doing that as a stopgap measure because it is a pain in the ass.
Copy that.
Before we click on any of these, because there's another problem with this game in the combat missions,
Coordinates confirmed.
is that when you're in a combat mission, the moment you click on someone like this, they go,
Affirmative.
yes, I have a mission for you. All right, do I have it? No, you don't get to choose whether or not you want it. Which kind of pisses you off in the first place, because arbitrarily foisting something on someone who doesn't know what's going on or want to do it is a shit move. Number 2, in a mission like this, they're all timed.
Repair drones are running full tilt.
So if I click on them, they'll be like, alright, you have 5 minutes to fight through all of this to get over to here and save this guy. And that... Oh, I think one of my ships blew up. No, they're all here.
Green to go.
Anyway, when they blow up, it's just kind of like, oh, well, you didn't do it. What an asshole you are. You didn't help my corporation. You didn't help me. And that's not true at all. We're actually some of the most helpful people on the planet. We're just foisted with a bad combat system.
On our way.
Identify yourselves.
No.
Copy that.
Alright, let's go break this ship open.
Battle stations.
Alright, so I'm going to demonstrate here what the little pickups do. Missile strikes are this giant area of effect kind of FU thing that's not always the most accurate.
Target acquired.
Taking care of the damages.
Now notice how Rafferty is keeping us in these fights. Without Rafferty, that ship would have been two-shot and destroyed. Ships are not inexpensive in this game. One of the primary components is, you guessed it, iridium.
Copy that. Coordinates confirmed.
Well, now that they're confirmed, we can move out.
All hands engage.
Oh, by the way, mines are a thing in this.
Underway.
And here's a returning favorite, if anyone remembers the original
Enemy
Anno 2070, the
detected.
Hunter submarines.
On our way.
Magnificent.
Roger.
Hopefully if we hit this little minefield, we can get it to chain over and hit these guys too. Hit it? Yep. See, they work against both. But this is what I think really detracts away from the game. You're building a city, you're managing resource trees, you're going through and having to do little missions to help people out, and get things sorted and fixed.
Full speed ahead.
And then you have to take time out of your busy day to deal with this kind of bullshit. These are turrets, apparently.
Clear
Guys,
for action.
anytime. There you go. Kill that.
Copy that.
More graphene for the cause. Yeah, again, mainly completed or gathered from completing assignments and crisis missions.
On our way.
Which this is technically a crisis mission, even though the only crisis is that it's testing my patience.
Underway.
And by the way, you're not allowed to queue up an attack
Green to
vector. So everything has to be manually targeted.
Green to go. Target acquired.
Something you want me to do?
Yeah, heal my ships.
Weapon.
Again, this is all level 1 baby mode. There's no like real difficulty here because A, the ships aren't the best,
On our way.
and B, we have Rafferty backing us up for heals.
Full speed ahead.
This area is off limits.
No, right. We're not allowed to shoot and scoot. There is absolutely zero
Target acquired.
tactics to this game. You'll pretty much be spamming shit like this, just kinda going with it, or you'll be doing nothing of the kind.
Underway. On our way.
So again, we're going to clear out all the enemies, then we'll do the little quests and show people how annoying this is. Or maybe not. Maybe this is the kind of thing that you would really enjoy playing through on your game. But for me, this would be something that would drive me up the wall.
Copy that.
Speed this up a little bit. That's out of range.
Taking the front, eh? Don't worry, my drones will fix that.
Nuclear missile fired.
And again, impressive. Pretty cool looking.
Weapon systems online.
Repair drones.
There's the
launched.
repair drones.
Underway. Target acquired. Underway. All hands engaged.
Although I will credit them, they found the same voice actor who did the Saber from Star Trek Armada 2. So he's got that really cool under officer. Whoa, hello.
Fire.
Oh, by the way, the enemy ships can submerge. Ours cannot.
Target acquired.
Apparently, our faction has forgotten how submarines work
Overhauling
on a world that is now mostly water.
Full speed ahead.
Yep.
Copy that.
Oh no, Fox. Anno 2070 had literally the entire underside of the ocean to
Full speed
explore.
ahead.
You could submerge and check out plateaus, find sunken wrecks. You had to find some of your high-end resource chains underneath the waves.
Battle
And in
stations.
this one, I haven't seen that yet.
On our way.
Ruffle, are you like on pain meds or something, buddy? Because I'm a little worried
Clear
about you
for
at this
action.
point.
Nuclear missile fired.
Coordinates confirmed.
Alright, let's go
Copy
see what
that.
these idiots want.
All talks have failed. Still, actions speak
Stunning.
louder
Your
than
enemy
words.
saves money and repair cost scores. Use the EMP pulse 4 times. Okay. Wave mine, magnetic shields, repair drone, EM pulse.
And the lights go up.
Affirmative.
Okay, now I just have to find the little thing and do that one
Finish
more
when
time.
you start.
Cool.
Coordinates confirmed.
Hey, come on, Raffle. Deep Ocean was one of the best DLCs out there. Added a lot to the game.
Underway.
Alright, you know, let's just get over here and use it on this.
So much dedication.
Investor Vivian praises your commitment to success. Because we're winners.
My friend, it will be
Run into the
dangerous,
countryside with
but
20
I
minutes.
know you are up to
Destroy
this
the
task.
Chargers, 20 out of 20, accept. Cool.
Often a
Praises
strong
my
hand
commitment to
is
success.
required
I didn't know you
to
could do them in
bring order
advance,
from
which is
chaos.
nice.
Yours
Talk
is-
about the right place
And there's Nick.
at the right time.
Overhauling
Collect
in
divers with
progress.
your vehicle. I
Affirmative.
forgot how to do this one. Collect divers in the water.
Copy that.
Where did they go down? Oh, they're all over the place. Yeah, I just didn't see it at first. Riot. Go get those guys.
All hands, container loaded.
Alright, we've collected one diver so far.
Open fire.
Old-timey
Copy that.
excitement.
Coordinates confirmed. Cargo gathered. On our way.
There you go. As good as new.
Because
All
why
hands
not?
engage.
Torpedo away.
Copy that.
Because why fight a gate when you can blow it up? Alright, there's the rest of his little crew. I don't think there's anyone else I have to pay lip service to while I'm here. Well, that's the last little fetch quest we have, so grab them.
Container loaded.
And that should
Cargo
do.
gathered. Roger.
Nice job you did there. Smooth, efficient.
And now we can just complete the mission. And never do this again.
Nuclear missile.
By the way, does anyone have a question with nuking our own ship? Nah, I don't think about it.
Target acquired.
Energy shields active.
Weapon systems online.
Air drones launched.
Weapon systems online.
I think I got her just about right.
And just to fuck around a little bit, we'll deploy a support fleet.
What's the objective?
Mission results incoming.
Cool.
Assessment.
Alright, so thank you very much, everyone, for sitting
You
through that,
showed 'em.
because,
Knew you had
wow,
it in
that
you.
sucked. Your military level is still level 1. Sweet. Level 2. Feisty.
Good systems are half the battle.
What a joke.
I'm glad you came back unharmed. This attack gave everyone at the Union headquarters shock, but the program has to go on. We've lost contact to lunar excavation.
Okay, well, let's
It
get back to
seems
the fun
many
part of
moon
the game.
colonies aligned with the orbital watch. It's all the more important your space.
Hello there, my friend. I got myself a little
Oh,
project.
you're not allowed to
to
skip it
keep
this
me
time.
busy.
Interesting.
Want to join in?
Sure, Nick. Why not? Although that doesn't look like an arc to me. That looks more like an old startup for their little satellite program. Must did an arc go down in the area surrounding it?
I'm way too old for adventures like that. Gotta pass next time.
Whatever, John. I don't really... don't care. Begin construction.
Cable.
Aha! We have now
Attached.
built phase 1 of our
Elevator
solar
car
system.
Ready for
Or
departure.
space elevator, I should say.
Attention. Approaching Global Union Space Station. Prepare for docking.
Not bad.
Congratulations! The first step into space. All purviews of the global economy are now accessible for you. Phase 2 of the Lunar Licensing Program starts now.
Yeah, you say that, but we're not. We're not going to the Arctic region, not yet. We need to see what are we lacking here before we go on any further. Resources, we're up 10, up 6, up 13. Do with a bit more bioresin though. Pretty good. Plus 17, I like it. Yeah, these are super efficient regardless of what you do, and I love it. Because you can get by with a lot with very little. We're still at plus 10, which means we don't have to upgrade this facility yet. The water's still, not the best, but it's chugging along. We can make it work. Our power is still at 300% because, yes, and also we've not destroyed these yet, even though it's tempting. So the only thing we're really lacking is an extra kind of cobalt and a little bit of extra here, but now this is where it gets extremely expensive when you start building on from here, because the feldspar cores, as you can see, 50% onto this, they're already 100. They've got 55 employees base, and they're calling out 30 energy. And they're also taking a little bit more of this, so while on the one hand it would make it a little easier to produce more in the way of our robot conveyors, but we've got basically everything settled at a minimum. Like, everything is just what we need to start building more of these, which we're capped out at 95 anyway. We don't need a whole bunch of those. But I am rather curious to see what our sector mission is. Let's check that out before we go up to the Arctic area and get pissed.
Hello there, my friend. I got myself a little project to keep me busy. Want to join in?
Sure.
Didn't expect you out here. Mind helping me out? I'm only making this offer to you. This little project of mine. I want you in.
Oh, that's the other... Oh, damn it. That's the other sector. That's not... This isn't the Arc one. I'm sorry, guys.
That's what I like to hear.
Finders Keepers. Look at this beauty. Early spaceport prototype built and then Damn it. Hey, get back here. Built then dismantled by the Global Union. There should still be some usable parts around here. We refurbish it and share the route. Collect spaceport wreckage with your vehicle. Alright, yeah. See, this is one of the bigger major points for using our little yacht to get around.
I hope this helps you.
Oh no, not right click. Jesus, Sam, thank you. So we go around, click little parts, take it back to the station, see if we can get it going. Hey, don't talk shit about Anno 2070's quarries, man. Come on, they were on a lot smaller scale. These are heavy industrial, like, we're gonna strip mine this entire mountain. Everything else was more like, we're gonna take out a few acres of this, and then we'll be done. Excuse me.
Loading Roger.
Alright, so that's one. Two, should be somewhere over here. Yeah, they are. Oh, wait. Interesting little sound effect. Make a little beat to that.
Full speed ahead.
And the last component is farther up here. Ah. How close can you zoom in on the town? Well, you can go, like, pretty much into the water at some point.
Loading concluded. On our way.
Yeah, you're right. I do like that sound effect. Just a little too much.
You got that done pretty well. Ready for your next job?
Ooh. 500 workers.
On our way.
500 workers, you say? Basically doubling, a little under doubling our current population. Bold, I like it. Kind of crazy, also like it. Yep. You're absolutely right, Raffle. I do remember those fondly. Oh, it's not gonna let me. Ah, you little shit. Being snarky. Alright, fine.
Stop.
Time to move. There you go. Cranky pants. Okay, so... What did I just do? Oh shit, I'm still in the move. Whoops. Wrong one. Build?
Construction options expanded.
Really? I couldn't imagine.
Corporation label adapted to reflect economic power.
Adapted to match the screaming.
Attention. The Global Union authorizes the construction of your own orbital station. Transmitting
Oh yeah,
requirements.
that's part of the DLC I never explored.
Warning. Unfulfilled demand for specific consumer products.
Yeah, about that, as Raffle would say. Also, we need more food. Food and fuel for the masses. Let them eat rice. Also, that's the fruit plantation. What the shit am I doing? Where's the rice one? Ah, here we go. Boom. Problem solved. Although I could probably slot in another farm if I...
My humble four walls. Come in.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to move all of you... Ooh, no, move you over. Oh, shit, I can't move him down. But I can move the rest of you down. Or can I? Haha, problem solved. Well, mostly. Shit. Let's see. Build? Hit build. Oh, whoa, no, 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 stay there. Wrong option. Yeah, if I move that road down, demo the middle. Whoops. I know. My bad. My masterful plan. Alright, so what else are we hurting for that I can take care of in advance? Oh, we need more fruit. Come here, you. We're still not hurting for power. We've got good logistics. Ooh, we need rejuvenators ASAP. Good for water. Okay, whoa, call the fleet. No, don't do that. Okay. Well, that looks kind of cool. Don't know what it quite does, but we'll leave that alone for now. Torn. I don't quite know how I want to do this because I know these are going to suck up a lot of my maintenance. But on the other hand, oh shit, that's right. I need an open ocean area for this one. Algae farm to a synth cell incubator to biomedical facility. Oh, it's going to hurt. How much maintenance do you give me? Ready to cry. Maintenance cost 200. Yep. Shit. You're killing me, kid. You're killing me. Alright, so we'll bring this over. See if we can't just scoot along the side here. That should give me enough to build what I need. Theoretically. Yep. Perfect. That's getting kind of stupid, actually. There. We'll get rid of this excess BS. It's just kind of cluttering up the road. Alright, so we've built that, which is producing... how much? 16 algae, which isn't bad. Could be better, but so could a lot of things. So let's see if we can't build the next step in our little synth cell incubators here. Oh, hell no. I mean, theoretically that would fit, but I know we're not going to be able to get... I'm not going to be able to get the upgrades and things we need onto it, so it's superfluous to put there. Do I want to put
If you're looking to test your military tech, my data indicates there's no time like the present.
Gee, mystery woman. Probably not. Oh, hey, do you want to go get in a war you just got out of? Sure. Also, no. Let's scoot that around. Nope. Damn it, nope. Forget it. I don't want to put it this far down, because then it'll take forever to get shit where it needs to go. Damn you, pickies!
Is there something you want?
Yeah. Sanity. Duh. Let's see. Alright, I think we're gonna have to build a basically production facility for it over here. We're just stuck. That produces 8 at a time. Make that up to 14. We'll see what this... oh god, that takes up a lot of space. Actually, we'll just, we'll do that. Yeah, look at how much that chunked our ability to create. But it's going to start to rise, though, because as this consumes more from this production chain, it's going to be distributed to all of these people who are now
I didn't expect
happy!
that, to be honest.
Which means more dosh for us. However, I need to know how it's going to settle once they do start getting
I
to
don't
it.
have anything in the fridge.
That's okay, beer me. Alright, so we need more of everything, because we have such a high population. So one of those, one of these. And this thing should now be chugging along nicely, I think. I gotta say, I really do like the ability to simply add on components to the system to make it work better.
New blueprints ready for implementation.
A monument bridge, huh? Where am I gonna build one of those to? Over here? Because that doesn't serve a purpose. I wonder if I've almost reached that level he needs. Oh, we're at 310 out of 500. Whew. How many more can we support? Who knows? Damn, we're down again? I get the feeling this thing's going to be really super inefficient. It's just a constant pain in the butt. Okay, so it's basically production facility plus 3 to equivalency of one of these with this to make an upsale for this. And 2 of those. That's the ratio. Alright. I can make this work.
What can I say?
what can I say? Upgrade. Nice.
I have the feeling our needs are taken seriously.
Oh, just wait until you see what I do next.
Sorry, you must be accustomed to more comfort.
Oh no.
This is a nice surprise.
Just need more citizens. Can't help but notice you're in the green New Island time. Huh?
The world won't wait for you to change it. Make your choice.
Yeah, that's another thing that actually
In
does
the
kind
Arctic, all your actions will fall under the supervision of the Arctic Custodians. Let's have a look at their territory.
Yeah, no.
You know,
Let me just close this file, then you can proceed.
Yeah, this actually is an interesting little thing. Anno 2070 had a similar setup where, as players played the game, it affected the global price of what you were doing, and you were allowed to vote in the system as you went through it. I don't really know how effective it is in this one, but let's see. The council.
This is where the course of the world economy is decided. You can influence those decisions. It all depends on who you support. I'll make some recommendations here and there.
So again, as you can see here, Ibera Foxcom is primarily an electronic vendor. They'll provide you with benefits to these kinds of things. If you're looking for these guys,
if you'd
they're more
vote
heavy industry.
for Foxcom, that would help fund my studies.
Yeah, but I just don't care. Biotech, energy, agriculture. Right now I'm more in the agriculture, so
is
I'm
one
gonna
of our
vote behind you.
Thank you for your support, both personally and on
Although
behalf of Saban
globally,
International.
they're winning, so... damn it. Whatever. We'll go into that later when it actually starts to impact us a little bit more, but for now, it's not that important. Let's see, what are we operating at? We're almost at 2K efficiency. Alright, I think we're going to explore an Arctic sector for the stream, and I think we're going to call it after that, because the Arctic sector is difficult, and it's a pain in the butt. So, much like before, we get a choice of much more truncated, but we do get 3 choices. We can have the Akia Flows, the Ikuma Glacier, or the Kingate Protectorate. All of which have their own little stats and bonuses that they can give you. Obviously, the acreage will vary. 14 mountain building sites, 15 versus 11, 14 coastal, 25 coastal, 26 coastal, Project for logistics, project for rare metals, project for ornamentals, which is stupid, and I'm not going to be doing that one. However, this is tempting because geothermal turbines are more effective, which is, like, project for ornamentals, not that important. Don't like that idea at all. The other ones, let's see, project for rare minerals. Exploit the Arctic oil deposits by taking control of 3 old oil rigs. Secured oil rigs continue to leach petrochemicals for you to access, which would be good. Let's see, production rate is
corporation
increased
is growing at a steady pace.
For
You should
aluminum,
consider
polymedium,
expanding into other sectors.
but it is better for coral farming and fishing. What about you? Heavy water production rate minus 15 for fish. Heavy water energy maintenance minus 50. Hotspot. That's the geothermal one. Logistical. Break through the floating glacier sheets to create a new transport route. We don't really need a new transport route because we're going to be getting one from our other sector project, which is going to be turning on those Orbital ladders, which will work fine for us, which we really don't need. The problem inherent in this, though, is that you'll notice 25 coastal routes, 26 coastal building, 14, 15, 11, 14. While this one has the middle ground for acreage to build on, and the hotspots are nice, what we're primarily coming to the Arctic for are the rare materials that we're going to need here to supplement what we're building elsewhere in the world. Gotta think down the road. If you think in the short term, King Gate Protectorate sounds
On part of the global
awesome.
union, you're free to
On the other
expand
hand,
into other
going down the
sectors.
road,
It
you
might
might
be
have to
about
work
time.
yourself a little harder to get the Akia flows or the Kuma Glacier going. But if you do get them up and running, they will help you a lot further down the road. And I'm tempted to take the Akuma Glacier, but fish is super important up there too, because that's the primary food source for everyone who's there. Energy maintenance isn't really a thing. I mean, yeah, it's a bitch, but you can deal with it. Aluminum and molybdenum mines are impaired. That's going to be a chug, but if we can get over it, the Akuma Glacier will help us.
Welcome to Phase 2 of the Lunar Licensing Program. You are now authorized to enter the Arctic region.
Good morning, Bam.
And access
Welcome to
its
the stream.
deposits of rare resources to implement new means of galactic travel. Your official contact person will give you more information.
I really do want that spaceship. Alright, let's go say hello to our new acquisition.
Ice and snow. A rare sight nowadays. One you owe to the custodian's climate stabilization technology.
I'm Dr. Howard Young. I speak for the Arctic Custodians. First, allow me to be clear. We expect you to abide by our directives at all times. The Arctic ecosystem is very delicate. Respect these rules and we'll get along just fine.
Yeah, Dr. Howard Young plays it like kind of a hard ass, but he's got a pretty good heart when it comes to trading and all that stuff that you're going to need down the road here.
All right. Time to make some improvements.
Alright, it's time to ignore you, John.
Not exactly.
Sorry, John. Goodbye, John. Oh, they're making a new Anno 1800s game? Oof, you and me both, fam. I love Anno. I start off with Anno 2070, so I don't have a lot of the background for it. Raffle would be the better one to turn to for that. But, yeah, again, Anno 2070 sold me on basically city building games in general. I love it a great deal.
Set up your new location wherever you want.
And
All
this
the
one's
islands
starting
are
to win me
suitable.
over. It's just, this game has a far worse combat system. Alright, so where do we want to set up our starting point? This one's very lucrative. Minimal building space, and we're going to need a large population if we're going to get going. This has a little bit more room. Yeah, we could probably plop down something right here.
Sorry my colleagues are kind of giving you the cold shoulder. Philly Jorgensen, nice to meet you. I run a trading post here, but business, yeah, just consider dropping by, okay? Please.
He's also another cool NPC that's up here. And by the way, that was not a shitty pun. I just made a realization that I said that. My bad. Let's see. We're going to need at least 2 of these for fisheries, another 2 for our rarer resources. We have 1 mine, no, 2 mines on this island. And nothing else. This one's got a lot of room, but it's spaced out really super far. Now, normally you would think, oh, Zelphis, take this one. This will be the perfect option. And that's where you're wrong, kiddo. Because in this, heat is a very important factor. Unlike the temperate zones on the planet, you cannot build wherever you want to do it. You have to basically make sure that all of your structures are nestled up against buildings that produce heat. Be they a factory, a mine work, a infodome, anything that will produce heat in a radius around it will allow you to build something that can be habitable. If you don't do that, people move out and go, hey, this guy's trying to kill us. Forget that. So that is definitely going to be a deal breaker. I think we're going to break. We're going to start here this time around. So let's go ahead and get our little boat.
Roger.
We're going to start with a smaller area, but doing so will give us a stronger base, and since we have such a surplus of goods, or surplus of maintenance, I should say, we can go ahead and expand here and then turn this purely into an industrial zone if I can make this habitable for a wide amount of people. Just have to wait for our little ship. Also, interestingly enough, it's conversant to one oil rig and another directly adjacent to it. Yeah, Raffle's actually the better of the two of us for streaming. I'm pretty much limited to first-person shooters, third-person shooters. I'm kind of okay at city builders, so we're exploring somewhat familiar ground.
On our way.
And hopefully this isn't a bad idea.
With the acquisition of this island, you earned the mining rights for this area. The Arctic custodians will watch you like a hawk from now on.
Fair enough.
Their directives are strict, but you should adhere to them while building up your basic infrastructure. The heating standards alone will be a challenge.
The heating standards. The things that will kill you first. Alright, now see here. From where that little circle is, anything in here, and this is where it gets a little finicky, you can see here it's like, oh, you're a little bit out there, you'll be fine. One tile over, just a little bit over, and no heat source. SOL. So let's go ahead and bring in our first little group of colonists to this Arctic wonderland.
We'll keep an eye on everything here for you.
Actually, let's put one and then we'll start building it up like this. We'll make it into a sort of a T-junction. So I took that a little too far, I think. Yep. Alright, time to move you over. Scooch. Scooch. Yeah, everyone's gonna get shoulder to shoulder on this one. There's no getting out of it. Alright, so we've got people moving in. We're gonna need food for them, so a fishery. Keeping an eye on this, by the way. How can I make this a little easier for everybody? Something like that? Yeah, that'll do. Not pleased, but it'll do. All the way over.
I've never eaten real fish in my life. The polar regions are the only places on Earth where you can still find it in harvestable quantities.
Also, wolves and caribou running around, very cute. Yeah, definitely true, Vam. Building in larger facilities will produce a larger area of effect. But again, we're just starting out, so we have the bare minimum we need to really set up a structural, a building structure here. Let's go with that, and I should have enough left over to build one of these, which you'll soon see works pretty well. Again, I like this little dynamic to the game because we are settling in an Arctic region. It is super important that we be able to handle this kind of climate and having these resources to heat nearby.
Your production facilities give off enough warmth to heat your entire settlement, but without insulation materials,
we need more people
the
to work.
effect would evaporate.
It's cold out there, isn't it?
It's freezing. Alright, that should fill out the workforce.
Warning.
Fine, your settlement seems to follow our regulations well enough. You are permitted to continue the expansion of your spaceport within reasonable limits.
Thank you, Doctor.
Well, that's exactly what's on the agenda right now. The Orbital Watch is still threatening the Union trade routes. You have to establish your own shipping docks at the spaceport.
Also, Raffle, you liked the, you liked how the old mines looked? How about these? Oh man, I've screwed up the camera. Send help. There we go. Right now, how much do I have to... Whoa. Whoa! Okay. I mean, I'm all in favor of having a side, like a little bonus to the side that makes that big old bubble for that. That is really nice, even though it's a little expensive. And we're getting a little low on dosh too, so we gotta be very mindful of that. Things in the Arctic are much more expensive, which you kind of go as a no duh kind of moment, but it really hits home when you're paying out of the wallet for it. Yeah, Vam, I'm really glad to have little tips and tricks that help me along in the game. And since this game doesn't have anything in the way of a real narrative story, there isn't anything in the way of spoilers to give away. So, don't feel you have to kind of keep quiet on that remark. Now, if we were playing something like The Evil Within, he's like, oh, don't look behind that door! Stuff like that, that's when I kind of go, alright, back it off. We're not gonna be doing that right now. Alright, so what's our current production like? We need to make sure we have enough fish for everybody. We're running a little low on that, which isn't good. Put another one on there. Now on the positive.
Oh, hi. So what brings you here today?
Oh, they need vitamin drinks. I think I can solve that problem. New transfer route from here. And bring in... from there. Select here. Oh, spaceport expansion level too low. We're not allowed to send anything yet. Alright, fine. That's a fair point, Raffle. Running out of water. I don't know, I would always be interested in seeing something like the actual Arctic Circle and things like that going forward, maybe at one point later in my life, but... which I know, rather astounding for a Californian to say, but... I think it would be cool. Interesting, fascinating, wonderful. The more tired I get, the worse my vocabulary gets, so bear with me, guys.
Come on in.
Alright, they're not being frozen, which is good. I wonder, can I build... Alright, we don't have enough for that yet. I think I can bribe my buddy over here. I think it's beautiful, Vam. Running out of water, eat the snow. Raffle, come on, man. I'm talking about in person. I'm running out of beverages adjacent to the computer. I should have stocked up. I didn't realize we'd been playing this for quite so long. I'm enjoying it, though. So, that's definitely a kicker. Before I always thought those combat missions were mission critical, you couldn't skip them. Well, turns out that's not the case. Now that our little ship has come in, as it were, we'll unload, well, load what we need from here.
Copy that.
Wow, look who came in out of the cold.
Holy shit. For 1 unit, 999 credits. You can kiss my ass. I am not going to bankrupt myself for that. I'll wait. Oh no, are you out of your mind?
Coordinates confirmed.
Alright, to form up one of those, I need 10. For one of this, I need just credits. That seems interesting. But for now, I want to see if I can chain these together. So something like one of those, then one of these onto... Yes, I can! Ho ho ho! That is so nice! It's not restricted to the unit type that you're going to attach to it. So it's not like only a generator to a generator or a factory to a factory. This is going to make it so much easier working in these conditions. I love it! So let's go ahead and drop one of these down. Alright, our area of heat is beginning to increase, which is good. Bring in more people.
Unusually long playing time detected. Pause. Recommended.
Well, I'm going to disregard your advice because I'm having fun. So, there. Bring forth the tarantula drone. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring in a few more workers.
Warning. Facilities require additional manpower.
That's not close enough to the heat. Good.
Oh, nice to meet you in person.
Yeah, you too. Oh, Fox, it sounds like rain out here in California. People lose their minds and start driving 15 to 20 miles an hour slower. You know what? I think we're going to start building over here. Let's include... Let's get these people going, I think.
Your Arctic settlement is growing at a steady pace. The staff requirements for your spaceport's shipping docks should be met by now.
Well, you say that, but... Alright, yeah, sure, we can upgrade that.
The climate. Earth's barely healed wound.
Oh,
Let's see what happens when I abrade it.
Warning. Climate stabilizer network producing weather anomalies. External manipulation detected.
Systems not responding. Stabilization values approaching critical level. They have the whole climate stabilizer network under their control.
Oh boy, more combat missions. Fun, fun.
You are responsible for this.
No,
It's
I'm
the
not.
licensing program that brought those terrorists here. Consider our support suspended and keep out of our affairs.
Wow.
Yo, don't listen to him. Man, we got nothing to counter these attacks.
Jorgensen is right. We have to interfere, official admission or not. Enact a hacking counterattack against the Orbital Watch's jamming stations. Or destroy them, if you must.
Yeah, the world is being destroyed environmentally, so destroy one of the only things we can use to fix this problem. Are you out of your mind? I just want to build cities, man. I don't want to deal with this, especially in a game that has such terrible combat mechanics. Alright, let's make our worker environment more stable.
Come on
in these little igloos. 2 out of 10. That is nowhere near enough, but we're even level, so we'll keep it for there. I really hoped it wouldn't come to that. No, Raffle, sadly I can't. It's to advance in this Arctic environment, I have to do the mission to help these people. And it's not fun. It actually sucks. which is the one I have to do?
Look, I'd go myself, but all the noise and shooting and stuff.
No upgrades available. Accept the mission or just suck it up and die. By the way, where's the save option? Tempted to scum it. Not allowed to save scum. What a shame.
There. See the mess? Transmitters generating interference all over the place, plus battleships to guard them. I'd like to hear Dr. Maverick explain just how we're supposed to cope with such a force.
We don't have a repair ship this time around.
Glad you're not letting us down here.
Long ago, people believed that the moon controlled the weather. We will prove them right.
On our way. Battle stations, they're attacking. All hands engage.
So the turtle is basically our little tank ship here.
Target acquired.
I think that they can... Nope. You know, for having a long-range missile system, our ships are pretty fond of getting right into range of the enemy and then doing this, which I find extremely vexing.
Underway.
Again, for the streamers who are watching this, I apologize in advance
confirmed.
for all of this bullshit that we're having to deal with right now. I knew you came here to see a city be built, but we're having to do this because it's required.
We're under fire.
Now the nice thing is the little spark works very well against these
Copy that.
here.
Full speed ahead. Here they
Let's
come.
avoid a fight for now.
All hands engage. All hands engage. Copy that.
Come on, get away from there. Get away from there, whatever the hell that was. Oh, they're all coming this way. It's time to repair it.
Self-repair. Running.
Green to go.
Take out the big one, bring it down. The smaller ship doesn't do as much damage.
Underway.
On that, you and I are going to disagree, Vam. I actually, compared to Anno 2070, I think this is a inferior combat system. Especially for the lack of having anything in the way of a repair ship available from the go. Because if you lose any of these ships, you might as well just say mission over. Even though it's not really hitting near those ships, it's still counting as a hit, which is not okay. So I'm avoiding a lot of the extra missions and all that. I just need to free the stabilizer by destroying the Overwatch and Paris transmitters.
Coordinates
I'm
confirmed.
driving straight for that objective. I have no interest at all in doing any of the extra stuff or fighting these massive enemy fleets without a repair ship.
I could really use your help, but I gotta warn you.
No, I don't want to do it.
Underway.
It was a joke. I clicked on you by mistake.
Roger.
Could you guys, like, just shoot from a distance? Thank you. Damn trolls.
Green to go.
Alright, so where's the generator?
Let's see if you have what it takes to get here.
So to destroy all three of
Aren't you
these
biting off just a little more than you can chew? Let's see if you have what it takes to get here.
Shut up, Virgil. Back to your crap.
Affirmative.
Just float right on through here. And like nothing wrong.
Coordinates confirmed.
The nice thing about turrets is you just get right around and not have to deal with it. Destroy this before the picket ships return.
On our way.
Back it up. Protect the little baby ship, though. That's
Full
important.
speed ahead.
Oh, he's taking a beating, though. Jesus.
Roger. Roger.
Oh, now he's attacking me, right?
This area is off limits.
It's good enough, though. You know, I'm gonna burn one of our repairs in advance just before we go into this fight.
Launched.
Copy that. We're under fire.
Alright, that is the bigger threat. It does more damage than the sharks.
Target acquired.
Or sorry, they're called charges in this one. I miss the old Barracuda gang. They were a lot more fun to deal with.
On our way.
Alright, let's use our superior missiles to destroy this target.
Let's see if you have what it takes to kill.
Very delicately, very gently. Just gonna cheese this a little. Nope.
Green to go.
Turn fire. Right, break that target. We can keep kind of cheesing this a little bit, get them closer to us and take them out piecemeal. This should be a lot easier for us to do.
Underway.
In theory. I could be entirely wrong.
So, at least now we know you can hit things that don't move.
Virgil's got a lot of sass for an old man.
So, at least now we know you can hit things that don't move.
Yeah, just you wait. See what else I can hit.
Full speed ahead.
Nuclear missile. Fired.
Shit, back it up, back it up. Oh, not enough to destroy it
Weapon
outright.
systems online.
Alright, let's see if an EM pulse will disrupt that.
Nothing.
Yes, we cheesed it. We didn't actually have to fight our way through that
Thanks for
abyssal
retaking
mount of
the
ships.
climate stabilizers for us. Really appreciate that.
No, I don't have that kind of money. I'm sorry. It's just, let's leave. I don't want to stick
You're
around
back?
for that, actually.
Now, how's the status?
I must admit, I underestimated you. My apologies. Be assured we will support you in your endeavors.
And I'm sure we haven't seen the last of them.
Fantastic.
But the Global Union will not give in to Drake's demands.
That is definitely the best outcome we could hope for with that.
The program must continue.
Alright, let's head back to the Akuma Glacier and see what we can get from what we were doing. And we still have to finish with our... Yeah.
The Orbital Watch presents a greater threat than we thought. Drake must have secret supporters. It's essential the Union shows a strong presence on the moon. And to make this possible, we need you to send a fleet of colony shuttles up there.
Colony
Time
shuttles.
to conduct some space technology research.
That could be interesting. And we're running out of vitamin drinks. Is that here? Or...
Could be worse.
It's here. We need to establish a trade
Attention.
route.
Under provision of specific consumer goods
But
detected.
look at our credit revenue is actually high. It's getting up there, which is good. I like to see if we can sit anywhere between 600 to 1200 credit income positive while we're playing this game. If not, then we really start to suffer. Okay, so I think we're going to actually call it here. It's getting rather early in the morning, and I think we're in a good place to stop for the evening. We've made a great deal of progress, not only in our first beginning sector, but now into the new one. And going forward from here, I'm actually pretty positive we can at least get a little bit further into the tech tree if we set up our trade routes in the next set of rounds. And going from there, all we have to really do is increase our presence in the temperate zone, which gives a huge windfall of credits too. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Or not, if Ruffle's up for streaming something else, we can always do that. But, yeah, I think that's actually, well, first of all...
I had hoped to meet you here.
Hold on.
I know you are unlike other CEOs. You don't shy away from
Alright, let's hear about this before we go.
The Arctic is the only place on Earth where fossil fuels can still be found. Many corporations have tried to mercilessly exploit this source of wealth in the past and failed. The Arctic custodians are quick to show any companies the door if they raise even the slightest suspicion of polluting the environment. Yet these rusty carcasses remained here, many of them shedding black blood from old wounds. But we at Usoyev Incorporated have offered to render them harmless for the Arctic custodians. With your support, I hope.
And how does that help me? Find oil traces along the coast. Easily done, but that's for next time. I thought that was going to be more of a long-winded introduction as to what we were going to be doing, but that's fine with me. We're going to need petrochemicals going forward for a lot of our more advanced items and production chains, so having a steady source of that will make life easier for us in the long run. However, like I said, it's getting early. There's been a recent time change. Everyone has been skipped forward at least 1 hour, so that is not going to be interesting. So, thank you very much for joining us tonight on Late Night Video for the establishment of Late Night Video Ltd. So that'll be interesting for next time. And as usual, I hope you guys have a good one and good night.